Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. Today we are going to play with our friend, the Black Lantern Batman. It's been a while since I played with one of my evil villains, so today let's do that. Just give me a second to finish setting up things on my end. Almost there. Hello Ito. Hello Xenocron. Hello Eric. Hello OGT. Hello Rose. Hello Justin. So let's see. So yesterday one of you guys asked if I could play the second to last solo mission. Hello King. So we're going to try and do that with our old friend here. But let's give a chance to everyone to log in. So we'll start doing the vault and we'll work our way from there. Hi King. For the vault, there are certain weapons that I prefer to use.
Welcome, one and all, to Joker's Room of Fun. We have prizes. What will it be? Something to flatten your opponents? Or just some useless crap? Who knows? Pays your money and you takes your chances. Break the presents and get your prizes.
I'm an old guy. I'm 48. So usually I use either I try to use ranged weapons. If my character has a ranged weapon that he can use, that's what I try to use in the vault. It's not a big deal, but it kind of helps a bit. So let's try and get rid. I probably should do a bit of house cleaning in my stuff a bit later, I suppose. We'll do that later. So basically, one of you guys had asked if I could do the second to last solo mission. So let's try and do that to get started, and we'll work our way from there. So the second to last, it's a bit confusing like that. Let's go like that. So the last mission is the Iceberg Lounge. The second to last is the spire. I assume that's the mission that the person was asking about. So let's get started. I'm a bit rusty with the celestial combos. Been a while since I played this character, so if I'm a bit rusty, Ice Stone Nation. You're so sweet, Rose.
I'm not usually keen on working with criminals, but I don't have time to be picky. I need someone with your skill set. I've been trying to track down where Zod went after he left the Phantom Zone, and it
Thank you,
seems some of
Rose.
his people took an interest in Lex Luthor's science spire. I knew then I needed to investigate. My guess is they're after something in Luthor's database. Let's find out what. Going in unarmed seems like a bad idea. I'm sure Lex won't mind if
You guys are very nice to say that.
Reminds me of the time your gangsters left me alone in a room with a Tommy gun. Come on, guys.
I'm so sad, Rose. I was going to ask you to marry me, but now I guess we're gonna have to wait a whole year. Oh, you're 26? Okay, then next week we'll go to the nearest church and we'll make it official. Yeah, I guess I could do a stream as Black Lightning. I don't have a Black Lightning character, but I could fake it out with either one of my electric characters, or even with my multiverse character. My timing was poor on that one.
You may experience a slight burning sensation.
I should have known Lex would have some of this on hand.
Hello, Dominic.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Not that close. Why didn't you bring a healer?
Here, throw this at him.
Also, there's
The door I opened
there's some
should lead
kryptonite
to
you
a
can
way
use
out.
to weaken
I'll
the
meet you
boss.
up
I didn't bother using it. I'm high level enough. I don't really need to use the kryptonite. Let's see what end blasters I have. Thank you guys. Well, I even look younger than I sound. Well, this is one of my alternate characters that I play only once in a while. Been a while since I played it, although for a while it almost came close to being to becoming my main villain. I was playing it quite a lot at some point. Oh, wrong place. Ah, come on. I'm getting old. No, I hear something. No, I didn't really increase this character. You could pretty much see the whole progression of this character. I made videos with this character for quite a while, so you can pretty much see all the progression the character made from level 1 to level 100 or something. After that, I'm not sure how much I made videos with this character. I haven't used the skip to combat rating 170 just yet. I would be tempted to use it with maybe my Owlman character. $296. Holy crap, that's impressive. Yeah, I know Tupac.
Good, you made it. Let's get moving.
Hello, TBB. At 296, I'm sure you do. You must be more powerful than Almighty Darkseid himself. I hope you liked it. I watched only the first 3 episodes of Black Lightning.
I'll unlock the door to the next level.
The Kryptonian flex suit, I forget where you get that from. I would have to look it up. Just give me 1 second. I think she was kidding. So the Kryptonian flex suit, I'm not sure where you have to get that. I will take half a second to look it up. Oh yeah, I know where you get that. You get that from I won't be able to show you. I'll show it to you afterwards. But basically, you get that from Fortress of Solitude, and you get that from the reward the treasure boxes. You know those little random boxes you get in the game. It's from the boxes that you can get from Fortress of Solitude. And sadly, it's a rare drop, so you have to be really lucky to get it. And also, you're going to be in a group of 8 players, so you're going to have to roll versus those 8 players in order to be able to get that style. So getting the Kryptonian flex suit, this is quite a challenge. You have to be really, really lucky in order to be able to get it. I could have sworn I heard something. Oh well.
That energy sphere will help. It could charge one of those energy pads.
Is it on this side? Nah, it's on the other side. So I've seen people who struggle basically with this part of the mission. Not sure why exactly. It's pretty simple. You have to grab this little ball here, and you have to bring it over here. Once you do that, you have to grab this little ball here, and you have to bring it over here. And you have to do that 4 times. So this should be the last one. And it's pretty much that simple. I guess I understand it can be confusing the first time you do it, but after you do it once or twice, there should be no issue in doing it. But I understand that figuring out how it actually works or what you have to do, maybe that's the hard part. I didn't really need the barrel, but why waste it? And sometimes not here. So the little thing we heard was probably over here. Hello, real time king. No. I could have sworn I forgot something. Been a while since I played this mission. So here, let's summon our little friends. Oh, 1 click too many. That's what happens. Hello, Costas. I saw the new Legends of Tomorrow. It was a cute episode where they pretend to be evil pirates, and they were a little mean to poor Blackbeard. They made it seem like he's a coward. But it was weird to see that show, especially as a contrast to there was this TV series called The Black Sails, which was pretty much about pirates and all that good stuff. And so it was a bit weird to see the Legends of Tomorrow episodes in relationship to the Black Sails
Somewhere
series.
in all this data is the information Zod is after. Let's see what we've got here. The bottled city of Kandor! These are the coordinates to Brainiac's bottle ship where it's being held. If Zod wants to steal Kandor, he'll have to go through us first. We can't trust him with this information.
I am Zod. Those coordinates, give them to me. You cannot keep us from restoring Kandor.
Yeah, the bit with Rip
Zod
and
is
Wally
wound a bit
was
too
kind of fun.
tight.
Sure, Rose, I could add you.
Brainiac is holding it.
Ooh, I did the most damage. I'm so happy. So let's get out of here. I haven't heard about the Supergirl being cancelled. Well, let me check. I wouldn't be surprised because the ratings have been free falling, and not just for Supergirl, for pretty much most of the CW TV shows. But I didn't realize it was that bad. And one thing, sadly, we just had the Olympics. And one sad thing is that very often shows that are struggling will struggle even more thanks to the Olympics. Like having a show that's on hiatus for weeks or months because of the Olympic, and even worse, and even worse, in the case of Supergirl, not only is the rest of the season delayed because of the Olympics, it's also going to be delayed because basically right now we have Legends of Tomorrow, and it's only going to start playing after the Legends of Tomorrow somehow, from what I understand. I'm not sure why they're doing it like that. Right now, I don't see anything saying that it's going to be cancelled. Although the ratings, as I mentioned, the ratings did take a hit. Sorry, I'm trying to look for whether I can find infos about that. No real information. So I haven't heard any rumors about the Supergirl being cancelled. So could be true, could be not true. I have no idea. But the ratings, sadly, of all the CW TV shows have been pretty much took a hit this year, and it's very easy to understand why. I really love those shows, but even I this season found some of those shows painful to watch. So I'm not surprised if the ratings are taking a nosedive. Not sure how Legends of Tomorrow is doing. I haven't seen any ratings for that. So let's see what else could we play with our evil Batman. Well, I guess we could play the seasonal. I didn't do that just yet with this character, I think. No, I don't think it's because they have too many shows. The amount of shows they have is not the issue, but it's more of the way they went into either a different direction this year, they went into a different direction this year and with some of their shows. So it's pretty easy to understand why oh, I'm in the wrong place. I'm so sad. Ah, it's the north apparently. I always mess it up. Let's grab the old poster. Yeah, I could probably make a new Kid Flash style. I probably have a few pieces of style that I have now that I didn't have before. That could be useful to create a Kid Flash character. The purple Nimbus. Let's see, maybe I could try that. If you get all the collections for the Love Crystal, you know what? I would have to look it up. I really don't remember.
Soon I will be reunited with my love, Nora. If you help me acquire that which I need to
I
improve
could
my
try to make a
technology,
White Lantern
I will
style.
do well.
I'm not sure if I have some tokens from last year, or do I? Oh, I have 3 from last year. This is the purple aura. Oh, I think it might even be the dark purple aura. Yeah. Alright, I have the dark blue smoke aura. I have the ghost aura. I do have the purple nimbus aura. I guess I could use that. I have the purple plasmic. Let's go for the nimbus one. And also, there's probably other things I could redeem. Let's take a quick look. Guess what today? I don't know. What? Ah, the PlayStation Store isn't working. Actually. Ouais, je sais, Hyperax. J'ai pas fait autant de vidéos que j'aurais dû dernièrement. Je vais essayer de remédier à ça cette semaine. So I'll take a look at the gear afterwards. Well, happy birthday, Rose. So how old are you today? 17 or 26? But you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Let's go see our friend Mira. I saw Rose at 27. Well, happy birthday, Rose, again. Happy 27th birthday. I remember when I was 27 as if it was yesterday.
Don't let them take the crystal.
Yeah, I guess I could make a White Lantern Superman.
Run for your life. You can't have the crystal. You'll endanger everyone.
The Kryptonite Aura looks pretty good. Oh, so you look young, Rose? I can relate to that. When I was in my early 30s, or even late 20s, early 30s, I still looked like I was a 20-year-old, which was a bit. I wish which was a bit sad, I suppose. Sometimes a lot of people had a hard time taking me seriously because I looked like a kid. So it was kind of hard for me to be taken seriously, either by my peers or even by relatives sometimes.
Greetings.
Even people who
I'm
knew
Lara,
that I wasn't
Queen
20
of Atlantis.
still treated me as if I was,
On his brow.
which was a bit annoying
Face
sometimes.
attempts at peace with the surface take all his time.
So
Now
let's go
on this
collect
special
some
day,
little
Lara
horsey.
and their word.
From our first meeting, I knew.
How can you get the flash chest?
She was filled to the
Uh,
gills with a
There's a few ways. I won't be able to show you over this character. There is a vendor that sells a somewhat inspired flash chest on the in the watchtower. But other than that, you pretty much have to use a slimline chest piece and use the flash emblem that you can purchase on the broker.
And the shore. Our days spent in Amnesty Bay are among
Well,
the
it's
husband.
yeah, it doesn't surprise me, Rose. Oh, you're lucky. It could be worse. Your mom could still think you're tan,
I remember the first time Mara tried
even if you're
service.
not.
We drove to a small diner close to my family's lighthouse. Since I was a kid, the clam.
Sadly, sometimes it's kind of hard to get our parents to
I thought I would share it with her.
stop thinking of us as kids.
I remember the first time Arthur offered me dry land food. Of all the things he could have picked, he chose clam chowder. Poseidon's beard. Since then, I've become more than vocal about my fondness for banana splits.
Oui, les trucs sur le long de la côte, c'est des choses qu'il faut collecter pour avoir. Tu vas voir quand je vais terminer la mission. They flirt with you because you look young, or they flirt with you because you're pretty, or both.
For the boss's old lady.
Gotham needs this more than this. The crystal's power is too strong for an Earther.
Yeah, stick towards the end of the stream, and I'll show you where to get the flash chest. It's supposed to be a flash chest, but it doesn't really. It's not really a flash chest. It'll make more sense. Well, actually, I could show it to you right now. I come to think of it. In the watchtower, there is J. Garrick the Flash in the Meta Wing that actually sells. Crap! The vendor. I guess I won't be able to show you. Oh yeah, we'll be able to show you. This is pretty much the flash chest that you can get from J. Garrick in the Watchtower. It doesn't really look like the Flash, as you can see. Let's change the colors because we can. Let me change the colors for half a second. Ooh, my character disappeared. So let's see. Let's go with red. Let's go with yellow. And I'm not sure. Let's go for green. Just because we can. Yeah, basically you can buy the Speed Force Spectrum. So this is pretty much the closest thing you have to a Flash chest in DC Universe Online. The exception to that would be the Flash T-shirt, which you can get as a random drop in the vault. But the better option would be to use any slimline chest you can get and use a flash emblem. That's the better way to get a flash chest. Oh, you're welcome, Costas. So we got that little horsey already.
My days as
In case some of you may be wondering, how can you tell where the horsey are? I played this mission quite a few times, but also you can see the white dot on the map. That's where the horse is.
Made no qualms in asking me to keep it at.
Mara liked playing the part of a surface world superhero even less than
There's
I did.
usually
Poseidon
I have it
knows
already.
She tried to fit in for my benefit, if nothing else. While her time as Aquawoman didn't resonate the way she'd hoped, her costume certainly did. I'm not ashamed to say, I beg.
Arthur has never been the jealous type, despite his legendary temper. I, however, have my own point of view on matters of the heart. If Arthur should ever choose another woman,
I could have sworn there was one here, or is it a bit further?
good riddance. But if anyone ever dare try to take him from me.
For years as a superhero, I was surrounded by individuals who are the pinnacle of physical perfection. They are modern gods, adored, idolized, and even desired by everyone around them. Any relationship as long as ours is bound to have trials and tribulations. As Mira always says, an untested love is a forever. No matter what starry-eyed fibs we tell each other.
Oui, ça vaudrait la peine d'investir juste 5$ pour être premium.
But it is not the pain or tragedies that define our love. It is our willingness to repent and forgive one another.
Premium donne quelques avantages que Free-to-Play ne donne pas. Alors, juste pour 5$, oui, ça vaudrait la peine.
Is bound to have trials and tribulations. Arthur and I are no strangers to this. But it is not our mistakes that define us. We have weathered storms and rode waves miles high and have come through stronger for this. Never forget, an untested love is a fragile one.
Two dudes won't stop bothering you? I'm sure there's a... If you're in a bar, I'm sure there's a bouncer that could solve the issue. And even if you're not, if you're in a restaurant or something,
This is truly a testament to
the restaurant owner could solve the issue. So in case some of you may be wondering what we got from gathering all those little horsies, we got a nice little Aquaman and Mera statue. I made a video about it in case you're wondering what it looks like. Oh, I hear something. I always say, never pass up a free exabyte. Just let me check. For the slimline, let's go. For the slimline one, Costas, basically what I mean is, ideally you would need something like, let's go with slimline. Like here you can see I'm using the evil Black Lantern emblem. Let's play? Probably. So what you need if you have the slimline is a flash emblem. Oh no, let's go to HQ. Oh, am I done here first?
Help! Help!
Didn't notice if I was done with the mission. Let's check. I still need one more.
You.
Fight them off! Keep them away!
So let's go to the Hall of Doom. So basically, Costas, what I mean by that is that with the red and blue and yellow exhibits, you can craft mods for your character. Oh, wrong place. Well, it doesn't matter. Oh, I'm sure. Just let me finish with Costas, and then I'll show you my awesome character. So what I meant by getting the slimline for your, if you wanted to have a flash chest piece, is that you need the slimline. Let's go like that, and like that. There we go. Oh, actually, let's have some. There we go. If you get a flash emblem with your slimline chest, you should have something kind of looking like a flash chest. Now, of course, it's too bright. As you saw, I was using the enhanced version to show you, but with the enhanced version, sometimes it gets a little too bright, so you have to mute the colors a bit. And let's try again. So that is pretty much how you can get a flash chest. You get any slimline you can get, and you put on the and you can put on the flash emblem on it to create a flash chest piece. That's probably the better option we have right now in the game. Well, technically, I'm half white, half Indian, but I look whiter than milk, so I'm very white. So for the 360 look of our character, well, let's start like that, and we'll show the whole thing afterwards. So basically, as you can see, I'm using the flash cowl from the marketplace. I'm using the Black Lantern chest piece. The skin, I'm using the undead skin or something like that. The gloves, it's the Stalwart Defender, the Daring Vigilante gloves. The belt, I'm not sure what belt that is actually. Could be Future Batman, I'm not sure. The pants are the two-color slimlines, and the boots are the tall classic boots. And the cape, for this armory, I'm using the Tattered Cape, because he's an evil Black Lantern with his costume all torn up. And for the healer part, I went in a different direction. I'm using the Stalwart Defender chest and the evil Black Lantern emblem. I'm using the Sinestro gloves. The belt is the Harley Quinn bombshell belt, like the DC bombshell Harley Quinn belt. The pants are still the two-color slimline, the boots, the tall classic boots, and the cape, this one is the Batwoman cape. And with my healer, I'm using Hand Blasters. But with DPS, I went with martial arts. And there are those big, humongous, like bat-like weapons that you can use with martial arts. Hello, that soul guy. Ouais, il devrait, mais malheureusement, il semble pas vouloir. Reverse flash, Western line. Yeah, so that if you're already using the reverse flash, if you've already made a reverse flash with the slimline chest and the flash emblem, that is pretty much as close to an actual flash emblem that you can get. There's a DCUO tournament. Oh, I didn't know about that. I usually look at the announcement section 23 times a day, but I guess that's still not enough. And here, there's always usually a bunch of people doing a bunch of duels. Usually, they're closer to the phase shifter. And of course, someone decided to have fun with his mainframe bots. There was one time where someone had literally summoned, I don't know, 50 repair bots or mainframe bots around our friend Constantine, so you couldn't have access to him. Like the first day Constantine was added to the game. Okay, so that's why I didn't know about the tournament. Sinistro Core Ultraman. Yeah, that could probably be kind of cool. I'll try to make a video with all my characters. The problem is that I have a lot of characters, so I made a video before the holidays, I think, with only my PS4 characters, and it ended up being like a 45-minute video or something. But I'll see what I can do about trying to show all my characters. Now let's go back to our base for just a minute. Well, let's tweak our armory. Just a little bit. For this one... thank you, Assad. Let's go for the purple plasmic for now. Yeah, I guess the corrupted aura, but the corrupted aura is a little difficult to get. So I'm going to stick with the auras I have for now. But who knows, at some point if I manage to get an extra corrupted, yeah, I'll probably give it to this little guy. Not sure if DCUO is going to add more powers. It would be nice if they did. But the truth is, we don't know if they're going to add any more powers or not. So we're going to have to wait and see what they actually end up doing. And if they do add new powers, there's no way to know if they're going to add lantern powers, if they're going to add more elemental powers like wind powers or rain powers or whatever. So, but the truth is we don't really know if they're even going to add any other powers. Actually, I think this one drives me a little nuts, so let's change it to. But it would be nice for them to add. I wish they would add. I wish they would add Blue Lantern powers and Black Lantern powers. But the truth is, we don't know if they're going to add any more powers. I don't think I'll ever play on the European server unless I can find a way to be able to switch easily from server. I don't foresee that happening. And also, from what I understand, you can. I think if you play on PC, you can switch servers somehow. But if you do, yeah, if you do, you have to start with new characters or something like that. So I really don't see myself starting new characters on a new server once more. But who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind at some point. But right now, would I have to say no? There's not really any chances of that happening. But you never know what could happen. Yeah, I do have some of the few auras. I'll show a few of them in the next stream. No, there was for Venom, or I guess you mean serum. Was it serum? Yeah, the serum powers. There was rumors they were supposed to do that at some point, and then they pretty much changed their plans. They pretty much changed their plans. So from as far as we know, serums won't happen. And I can see I was a bit surprised when they first announced the serum because I could already see the pitchforks, like 1 million moms complaining that DC Universe Online is teaching their children to take drugs or something. So I was a bit surprised when they first announced the serum powers. But and so I wasn't really surprised when they finally decided not to go ahead with those powers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, thank you, Joseph. I didn't realize. I thought other people were doing DCUO streams like what's his name? There's Balkan. There's the name escapes me right now, but I was kind of sure that there were other people doing DCO live stream. Or maybe they're doing DCO videos, but they're not doing live stream. It could be. Yeah, there's probably a few things I need. There's probably a few things I need to update. I'm sorry, I have a hard time focusing on the chat. I'm trying to do not too badly on the race. Ah, that was terrible. Okay, sorry, I missed out on at least a comment or two. So yeah, I didn't realize I was maybe the only guy still streaming. I could have sworn that there were other people streaming out there. But I remember when I started making DC Universe Online videos, I was told by a few people that no one was doing videos anymore. So they were a bit surprised that I was making such videos. Oh yeah, before I forget. So I'm not really surprised if there isn't that many people streaming, or if maybe I'm the only one streaming. That happens. If I was born with a silver spoon? No. Funny, I'm trying to make a video. Some of you guys have been asking, let's say, information about me. So I've been working on a video, but sadly I'm gonna have to redo that video. Like I was 90% done with the video, and sadly, Movie Maker crashed. So I'm pretty much gonna have to restart the video. But basically, I was talking in the video where I pretty much come from the hood. So no silver spoon for me, sadly.
This is Amanda Waller. The Suicide Squad is now in control of the situation. I'm sending in members of Task Force X to assist you. I don't want to hear any complaints. You will cooperate with them.
That was strange.
Hurry, dismantle his equipment.
You're in Area 51? Oh, look at you. Is it like they say? Like, is the X-Files in a true, or is it just made up?
You might have won this fight, but I will get more crystals and rebuild. I will bring Nora back.
I'm not sure if there's anything I need with this character. Speaking of Area 51, why not? Any movement they should add? Yeah, I guess there's a few they could add. I would easily see an alternate movement for gliding, or even for flying. Like they've added the awesome Batman Beyond set of gear some time ago, and it would have been great if they had added a movement mode that would match with it. Like if you're playing a, let's say, an acrobat, if they had a movement mode where your character would actually take more or less the position that Batman Beyond took when he was gliding with his wings, or the same with flying. I guess I could have been an issue maybe with super speed. I'm not sure what they could have done with super speed on that front. Teleportation, yeah, that could be a good one. Although I can already just seeing all the problems they have with quantum tunneling. Like at some point, people were using it to pass through doors or stuff like that. I can see teleportation being a major headache for them if they ever had such a movement. Solve Gotham Legend? I guess I could try and do that. That one's in. I'll give it a try, but that one is a nightmare with a let's say with a group that doesn't really know what they're doing. Let's see which character I could use. It's been a while since I played any Legends. Oh, Cersei's is tempting. Let's go with Cersei. Kind of like Cersei. Let's do the fragmentation before I forget. Oh, that's weird. If I can fight online players, well, yeah, technically you just need to queue for Arena PvP or Legends PvP, and you can fight anyone. There's also in the open world, but the open world has been a little deserted for some time. Hey, Jeffrey. I don't know if you saw, Jeffrey, Grace put up an early review of Jessica Jones for the first 5 episodes, I think. Ah, I should have used Shazam. Ah, I'm so sad. Next time. Let's give a little bow to our friend. The Shazam suit looks pretty good today. Did they show what the suit will actually look like in the film? Let's see if we can have a small peek. Ah, come on, we barely see him. He's from behind. But it does look really, really accurate. So for that, I'll give them an A. Unless there's multiple picks, the only one I'm seeing right now is... Oh, let's look here. No, I only saw one thing that looked like an official picture. Everything else that I see seems to look like fan-made stuff, which actually is pretty good. But yeah, the one picture I saw where it seems to be legit. Yeah, the costume seems to look authentic, so that alone should give it points in my book. Well, I'm not surprised if they go with the new 52 suit with the hood. That was to be expected. They're trying whenever they make movies, they try to go with the more modern version of the characters. Les paradoxes capsules durent 8 semaines. On devrait avoir jusqu'à la mi-mars approximativement. Début mars, mi-mars pour les capsules. Là, il nous reste à peu près une semaine, peut-être 2 semaines. At a mall, let me check again. Yeah, it does look like that. There's those big Christmas trees. Actually, I don't watch any French DCUO channel at all. Those I did watch for a long time. Like I used to watch Trixlight when he was doing DC Universe Online videos. I'll take a look at Trex's videos once in a while, but it seems to be making videos about other games mostly right now. There's Balkan that I look at once in a while. There's Tori Kumu that I'll look at once in a while. So there's one I forget his name. He does those awesome videos. Sarjan. So I can't pronounce his name. But there's a few I watch, but I don't watch any French DCO channels. The second to last solo, I did that at the start of this stream. So when the stream goes, basically once the stream is done, YouTube processes the video, and then the video will be up on YouTube forever. So what I suggest will be mod. Once the YouTube will be done processing the video, you should be able to watch the first, I don't know, 15 20 minutes of the video, and I played that mission and that part. I should probably make a video just with that mission in mind, but nah, what can you do? So Wolfsbay, if you look at the start of the video, you should be able to see it. No, don't say that about Trex. Trex is a fun guy. I understand why some people may not like him, but I thought it was fun to watch him from time to time. I kind of miss him doing DC Universe Online videos. But once in a while, I've noticed that once in a while he does tip his toe into the DC Universe Online. Well, I remember when a few years ago, I seem to recall one of two of his videos that I thought were a bit helpful. I understand that if you're a veteran player, yeah, probably what Trex does probably doesn't have much value. But pretty sure if you're a new player, that probably could help you. It could give you like a first step in the right direction. And I know that some people like you seem to think what he suggests is in the wrong direction. Early on, it doesn't really matter. Early on, if you can help DC, like a lot of players, like there's like this wall early on in DC Universe Online, and when those players hit that wall early on, usually they'll just give up on playing. What I appreciated, even from Trex, even though yeah maybe what Trex does isn't the best ever, is that it helps you go through that wall. It helps. Whatever helps players go through that wall that they hit at some point in this universe online. Like at some point you hit a wall where you can no longer progress, or you don't progress as fast, and you don't know why. Sometimes just a short video can help someone break through that wall. And I thought Trex did that at some point. So even if his information is it 100% accurate, or his information is it 100% the best information, which I'm not sure I would agree with that, but let's assume it is. Even then, as long as it allows people to break through that wall, once people keep on playing and gain more experience, if there was some wrong information, let's say, that were given to them early on, once they broke through the wall and gained more experience, they should be able to see that for themselves and to adjust accordingly. I watched a few videos with Orbit. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite YouTuber, I suppose. One of the things that always surprised me is that whenever I would watch DC Universe Online videos, it was always the same. It would start with someone like, "Yo, it's your boy, your multiverse," and then the guy would try to be all gangster and all that stuff, and it wasn't really a turn on for me. Which is why you'll notice that I don't start my video with "Yo, this your boy multiverse," like I see every other YouTubers out there try to do. Which might be why some of you guys are here instead of over there, because I don't do that. Well, it's okay, Jeffrey. You can. You don't have to be an Olympic athlete to be able to see a bad Olympic performance, or you don't have to be a professional football player to see a bad football play. It happens. Sure, it's quite different when you're actually producing the stuff, but it doesn't mean that you cannot have an opinion about it. It doesn't mean you're right, also, but that you can voice your opinion. That's fine. I'm sure Trex wouldn't think less of you because of that. Oh, that was a nice flash. Nah, we can have a good look. He's missing his mask. It's so sad. Or in this case, the helmet.
Rise, mortal, and see redemption. An enormous winged yellow beast rises up before you. And
Yes, if you equip PvP gear, your combat rating will go down like a rock. Although these days it doesn't really matter. Like combat rating only allows you to enter content. So if you're in the open world and you're wearing your PvP gear, basically whatever has the better stats is fine. But if you go into instances, all your PvP gear pretty much becomes zero. So you have to wear PvE gear in missions. Oh, there we go.
This is Circe. I am not a forgiving goddess, and I am most displeased.
Absolutely, I thought you were really sweet in your comments.
Only to free the specter from his human bonds.
It's always appreciated. I guess I feel a bit fortunate. You guys are awesome. So yeah, whenever I do a live stream with you guys, you always end up making me feel like a superstar, which is always appreciated. There's a lot of let's say there's a lot of negativity on YouTube or online, generally speaking. So having you guys being here every day and being positive, that always brightens up my day. Absolutely.
Warning, critical failure, shutting down. Energy source destabilized.
Thank you, JD or GD.
Reinforcements deployed to fuel depot. Energy source destabilized.
Greg DeLuca? I guess I would have to give it a look. Not, I don't know about that channel.
If we expect Cadmus to be any help at all, we'll need to get them up and fighting and reclaim their ammunition supply.
Sorry, I probably missed a comment or two.
Don't forget to strip the Brainiac forces neural cores after
why
you
not?
defeat them. This will prevent their prime
Bonsoir,
surge from
Hyperax.
sending in further reinforcements.
Shazam should be, yeah, if they went something not unlike Wonder Woman with the whole magic thing, it could work. Well, sometimes the discussion is better than the videos. There's a few channels that I'll go to once in a while. I don't really care usually about the video itself as opposed to the people commenting on the video.
Recharge complete. Firing destruction room.
You could take it from here, right?
Prime servitor detecting interference at ammunition supply point. Increase security measures in the immediate vicinity.
Great. I could use your help. I gotta transport these munitions out of here. Defend me while I get this teleporter working.
Recharge complete. Firing destruction room.
I didn't realize they were making a Death of Superman movie. I guess I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm a bit surprised. They've already made one. Basically, the first straight to DVD animated movie was the Death of Superman.
Increasing security at ammunition supply point. Searching for source of disturbance.
Yeah, they're probably using the new 52. They're always trying to use the more modern version. That's one of the things that always make me a bit sad about the modern movies, is that they try to go with pretty much what is seen as the modern version of the characters. Like when I was a wee young lad, I was hoping to get, come on, I was hoping to get like a, let's say, a Captain America movie, but I wanted a Captain America movie with the classic version of the character. And sadly, when they actually ended up making the Captain America movie, they went with an odd mixture of some of the classic, but pretty much more of the modern stuff, which is okay, I suppose. But I guess I prefer the classics. No, don't expect better graphics for the game. I think I missed a comment or two. It's okay, Rose, I understand. Sure, Rose. I'll be serious this one time.
Signal lost.
Control center defense sequence activated.
Oh yeah, that was when they were making super movies with a handful of quarters. They had no faith in the material at all, so no studio was willing to really invest in those movies. Basically, it took the Batman, not even the Batman movie. Basically, it took a Blade to convince studios that they should actually invest in Marvel movies and take those movies seriously. Which I'm a bit sad whenever I keep on reading how X-Men are the ones who started the superhero movie craze, or Spider-Man, or when it was Blade. And the same with... I understand that they're trying to hype the Black Panther film by saying it's the first black superhero movie, but long before Black Panther, we had Blade. I'm waiting for the question, or did I miss the question?
You have done well.
crucial battle. Just beyond here, Brainiac's prime servitor and its greater accumulators oversee the transfer of the kryptonite onto their ship. You may not want to face this battle alone. Once the accumulators are down and the kryptonite is safe, Calculator will hack the ship's teleporter so you can take down the prime servitor.
Oh, let's go for the belt. Was the question about her leaving her boyfriend? Nah, don't leave your boyfriend. So it drives me a bit nuts when I see, and it's not nothing new. For a long time, people have been working really hard to somehow ignore Blade for some reason. Did Wesley Snipes become so unpopular that people don't want to acknowledge that he started the whole superhero movie craze? No, I wasn't abandoned by my parents. My parents did get divorced when I was 5, though. But no, I can't say I was abandoned. Although in my days, me and my friends were pretty much left to our own device, if it makes any sense. So in a sense, our friends somewhat became some sort of substitute family.
Society applauds you. Brainiac has been defeated, and Lex and Cadmus have their precious kryptonite. I will remember your name. We will speak again.
So the question was a part about being abandoned, or is it something else that I somehow missed? Let's give a little bow to our friend over here. Did you? So let's get out of here. You don't want to count Steel, Jeffrey? What about Meteor Man? Does he count? On PC, if I wanted to stream on PC, there's a few things for that. The first one is that I've tried to use some programs to try to stream on PC. It doesn't work as well as it does on PS4. And also, I'm not sure if my PC is getting too old, but sometimes it has a bit of lag when I play DC Universe Online. And it probably would have even more lag if I tried to have a streaming program running at the same time. Ah, you're so sweet, Rose. So I guess yeah, that's why I mentioned Meteor Man. It was a bit campy, well, not campy, I suppose. But you have to remember, way back when, we didn't have many options. If we wanted to watch superhero movies,
This is Vicky Vale with
uh,
JLA Watch on the
there wasn't that many
Green
options.
Lantern and Green Arrow.
We had in the early 90s there was the Batman movie a bit before, so pretty much everyone were trying to come up with their own superhero movie in order to try to be thinking they would have the same success that the Batman had.
Wherever injustice is found.
And it did give us some pretty awesome movies. It gave us the Phantom, it gave us the Shadow, but it gave us a whole bunch of stuff like Meteor Man, which at the time was sadly it was one of the better options we had. This little guy is 165. Yeah, I saw Black Lightning. I saw the first 3 episodes of Black Lightning. I hated the whole family drama. And I wasn't too crazy about the music and there's a few things that mostly the family drama drives me nuts. And it doesn't seem to be a Black Lightning show. It seems to be a show about the whole family as opposed to Black Lightning. So that whole family drama drove me nuts after a couple of episodes. And I didn't like that family drama either when it was happening on the Flash, or when it was or even right now this year the Flash isn't the Flash anymore. It's like it's Team Flash sometimes featuring the Flash, and that drives me nuts. And whenever they have an episode where they're focusing on elongated man, holy crap! I just want to stop the episode and stop watching. So. But now I watched the first 3 episodes of Black Lightning, and instead of complaining about it, I decided not to watch anymore. What I do instead, I do that with a few shows. Like one of those shows is The Big Bang Theory. I cannot watch a full episode of The Big Bang Theory. What I do is that I watch clips online on YouTube of The Big Bang Theory instead. And I started doing the same thing with Black Lightning. I don't watch Black Lightning, but I watch the few clips that we see on YouTube just to keep up with what's going on. What kind of work do you have, Rose? We'll see. If enough people tell me that it's better by the end of the season, maybe I'll give it a try. But I don't know. I wasn't too crazy about the whole family drama. It seems the show will focus more on the daughters, and the Black Lightning will essentially be a supporting character. It may be the wrong impression that I have, but that seems to be where it's heading. And I'm a little tired already. Already I was tired of the whole bit with Joe West and the Flash that was always worried about Iris. And I was really happy by season 2 when they stopped going to that well. When they stopped always trying to protect Iris, they still did that from time to time. But it was just a once in a while thing, as opposed to in the first season, it's as if every episode Joe was worried about poor Iris. So I guess the Legends PvE really doesn't want to... Oh. Could have sworn I was cured for that. Well, let's try again. So someone who mentioned Supergirl, I guess I could give her a try. And let's see what else. I guess we could play the Iceberg Lounge. Why not? Nope. Well, didn't we see? I could have sworn we saw some photos about one of the daughters getting her own superhero costume. Or am I misremembering and thinking of Iris in the Flash?
You got us all drinks? I think I love you.
Impressive.
Bruce Wayne, pleased to meet you.
Nice to see you too, Bruce.
Candy, Mandy, meet our guest.
Ah, Bruce Wayne doesn't even recognize his own corpse.
Hello again, Candy.
I thought Batwoman had long hair. Or does she has a wig when she's Batwoman?
I just heard a loud noise followed by a thud. What's going on back there?
Do you think anyone heard that?
Yes, and here they are. Well, hello there.
Oh yeah, some backup.
You said it, Harley. Listen, the Penguin caught Catwoman on a heist gone bad. We're here to bust her out. Will you help us?
Help us, and we'll give you a cut. Yay! You hear that, kitty? We're coming to save you.
Keep it down, Harley, or Penguin's goons.
J'essaie de faire un stream du lundi au vendredi. Mais malheureusement, c'est pas tout le temps ce qui arrive. You're watching Jessica Jones so that you can be up to date for Jessica Jones 2. I wasn't too crazy about that series. The one thing, though, I really enjoyed in Jessica Jones was Kilgrave.
Hey, Red. Why did the fun guy leave the party?
Oh, no.
Because there wasn't much room. Get it?
Not sure why they felt they had to change the name of Zebediah Kilgrave. But that's par for the course. They usually do that. They usually like to make, well, let's say, pointless changes in those TV shows. I should pay attention a bit more.
Hey, quit it!
I've been told I have quite the gravitas.
Maybe I should give it a try again. I watched the Jessica Jones only once. There's a few things I liked, I suppose. I kind of liked Patsy Walker, actually. I thought she was a lot more likable than the main character. And I kind of like Nuclo. I forget the guy's name. But I find it hard to understand why anyone would like Jessica Jones, because she's really unlikable as a character. I understand that it's probably on purpose, but being unlikable on purpose is still unlikable. Well, yeah, I guess it was like Superman 3. A lot of people complain about Superman 3, and I understand. But if you view Superman 3 as a comedy starring Richard Pryor, it's a pretty good movie. Ah, crap. That's what happens when I read the comment instead of looking at what's happening on the screen. Well, I don't like the main character. The main character is so unlikable. I don't understand. And they're trying to blame it on Kilgrave, like it's not her fault. It's the evil Kilgrave who abused her somehow. But when she was making whoopee with Luke Cage, she knew what she was doing. Kilgrave wasn't making her do anything. She's the one who did that all on her own, and she knew Luke Cage's wife. She knew, well, I won't spoil it for people who didn't watch it, but basically you guys know what she did to Luke Cage's wife. So she knew all that, and still she made whoopee with him. And she did that all on her own. They keep on trying to blame the evil Kilgrave for everything wrong that happened to her. But Kilgrave didn't make her do that. So I find it a little hard to understand how people like the character, because she's really not likable at all. No, the bit where she makes whoopee with Luke Cage, she did that on her own. She was, I guess she was she was like kind of stalking him because she probably felt guilty for killing his wife. Oh, spoiler alert. And then she ended up doing whoopee with him for reasons. But she did that. She did that all on her own. No one made her do that. I can understand the bad stuff she did when she was forced by Kilgrave, but there's a lot of bad stuff that she did all on her own, but somehow people kind of forget that.
That wasn't nice.
Ah, crap. I had a hard time with Daredevil, even Daredevil Season 1. When I was watching Daredevil Season 1, the first, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 episodes, I kept on thinking of the Daredevil movie, and there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff that I thought that the movie did better, even though the movie wasn't that good. Like, I thought the actor playing battling Jack Murdock was much better in the film, and there's quite a few. Basically, a lot of the series was a rethread of what happened in the film, obviously. But in a lot of cases, I thought they didn't do as good a job as the film did, and the film weren't that great to begin with. Yeah, it seems to be something like that. It would be nice if there was some overlap with the TV shows and the movies, but we already know it's not going to happen.
Why join us when you can beat him.
Okay, I'll be nice. Just say it. Time's up, moron.
Sorry if I wasn't talking much. I was a little focused. I was trying not to die again very stupidly.
Blood on it.
Do we need the mask?
Tombot runs on Linux. Hashtag servo sucks.
Nah, we don't. Well, they've already tried Blade on TV. It didn't work too well. Although, from what I understand, they had crappy production value. But sadly, the Marvel Netflix TV show are done really on the cheap. And from what Grade tells us, the next Jessica Jones series will still be done really on the cheap. So I'm not sure if it's the best place for a place like. Although I guess Blade could kind of work if they did that. They did it not unlike they did with Arrow. Like if they had choreographed fighters like in Arrow. If they had fights like in Arrow, it could kind of work. Just put vampires in there. You use 90% of your brain? Why not 100%? Now I'm very disappointed.
Oh, I can open this door.
Oh, well, they've announced Black Widow film. That's another discussion whether they'll actually make it or not. Studios often do that. They usually do that to try to make like a show of force somehow, a show of confidence. If you remember when they released, or a bit before they released the latest Fantastic Four movie, they had announced the Fantastic Four 2, but it was just to try to put on a brave face, to try to convince people to go see a Fantastic Four 1. It was like, oh, we're so confident in Fantastic Four, we're already announcing a Fantastic Four 2, and we all knew that what happened with that. So for Black Widow, I'm not sure if they're really planning to make a Black Widow film, or if it's just to shut up all the people who are asking about it. Like it would be easy for them to announce a Black Widow movie until the Captain Marvel movie gets released, and maybe think that the Captain movie will please the people who want a Black Widow movie, so they won't ask for a Black Widow movie anymore. Yeah, Sarah Lance is fine. I liked her when she was in Arrow, and she's actually even better in Legends of Tomorrow. I missed a few comments, so I guess I'll have to go back. Just give me a second.
We need to get out fast.
My darlings will clog the vents. Use them to stop the gas.
Well, technically you can have Venom anywhere you want, but yeah, I understand what you mean. It'd be weird. The character is pretty much linked to the Spider-Man character. But there's some rumors saying that actually Spider-Man will make an appearance in the Venom film. So who knows, maybe Spider-Man will be in the Venom film?
I see you girls brought a friend. We're not done here yet.
My favorite DLC is probably the Earth 3 one. I kinda enjoyed it. My favorite power is probably Quantum. That's the one I seem to enjoy using the most. Although during the anniversary seasonal, I really enjoyed using some of the tank powers. So maybe Quantum could be replaced soon by some other powers. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Watch the tux.
That wasn't nice. Ow!
Watch the tux. Take it easy on an old bird.
As far as I know, Jen is no longer at Daybreak. I'm not sure 100% about that. Last I heard, he had gotten some promotion, where he was pretty much supervising all the Sony games at the time. But then you have to understand that Sony was sold to Daybreak, and whenever a company gets sold, they don't always keep the upper management, or even lower management for that matters. So I wouldn't be surprised if the higher-ups at Daybreak got rid of some of the upper management, which probably was Jens.
There are a lot of old money bags.
You can use 100%. Ah, okay, you. That sounds better. I was a bit worried for half a second.
A nice big rich one like Bruce Wayne.
I'm not playing with your feelings.
We are not kidnapping Bruce Wayne.
Sorry, I'm trying to backtrack. I missed a whole bunch of your comments.
Yay or nay? I vote yay.
Hyperax, les dernières nouvelles missions qu'on a eues, ça a été Terre 3. Les prochaines missions, ça va être Déluge.
Sorry, darling.
Fine.
Yeah, for the Gotham Knights, it'll require a lot of PvP to be able to get that. Jens was Jens Anderson. He's pretty much the reason why I'm making videos today. At some point, Jens used to be the creative director at DC Universe Online. And at some point, he got a big promotion where he was, from what I understand, he was pretty much supervising all the Sony games or something like that. Déluge, c'est le prochain épisode qui s'en vient. Yeah, basically, Nerd of Prey replaced Jens. And Jens got a promotion where he was, from what I understand, he was supervising all the DC games. All the Sony games, sorry. But then at some point, so the pretty much the whole Sony game department was sold to Daybreak. I'm saying that horribly. The Sony game division basically was sold to Daybreak. Or was sold to a company and they renamed it Daybreak. I'll get there someday. And when that happened, who knows what happened to Jens. I like Trunks on everyone. I like Trunks on Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. All of them should have Trunks. It's a bit ironic though that the DC got rid DCUO. Oh, sorry, just a second. Sorry about that. It's a bit ironic, like just as DCUO got rid of the Trunks on Superman, it would seem that DC will bring back the Trunks on Superman. The whole Trunks thing is always a bit suspect. Like, there's all those people complaining about the Trunks, and you would think that, and there are some people that the way they complain, you would think that the only reason why they're not buying Superman comics is because of the Trunks. So DC did what some people have been asking for years. They removed the Trunks, and then the sales, instead of going up, the sales went down. No, I wouldn't say they were better with with Sony. No, I don't think DC had any say. Sony was selling to whoever wanted to buy. Um, the Most of the Sony games were their own intellectual property. Like from what I understand, EverQuest was Sony's own intellectual property. What other game did they have at the time? Overall, they had their own games, their own intellectual property, and DCO was one of the few that was actually just a license. There might have been another one. Like I seem to recall, there were a few games that were included in All Access at some point that no longer are included. So I assume those games were not owned by Sony. But I'm pretty sure DC had no say in whoever bought Sony Online Entertainment. Oh, I'm sure Brainiac will come back at some point in some form. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I missed out on a few comments. No, Marvel will never buy DC. Because they would have to buy Warner, and even then, there's also the whole thing about the Warner. I forget. Warner is about to merge with. The name escapes me right now. Anyway, there's going to be a big merger between Warner and a big conglomerate. I forget the name. I'm sure one of you guys may remember. So basically, for Marvel to be able to buy DC, they would have to buy Warner, which will never happen.
Play nice.
You've broken the bottle. Excellent. Destroy anyone inside. This is the center of Brainiac's reprogramming efforts. An attack on this command center should cripple his plans.
Without Trunks, he looks like a big onesie, like a big onesie pajamas. Which is ironic because one of the complaints people have is that the Trunks look like underwear. But without the Trunks, the whole costume looks like underwear. Well, if you count JLA Avengers, yeah, I suppose you're right. Well, for me, they all look better with Trunks.
Whoops! Your face got in the way of my fist.
No, I'm not playing with your feelings. I thought it was really sweet that you had some nice things to say. I was serious when I said that.
This one's a job for Supergirl.
Beware the Dark Knight.
Sorry, I'm a bit focused. It's been a while since I played this mission, so I kind of don't really remember what to do. And also the mission seems to be different from when you play the regular version.
Pardon my fists.
So I'm kind of confusing the two right now in my brain. Yeah, there's a few, let's say bad things that happen. Like the whole bonus thing. We don't know, we don't really... It seems to be true, but we don't really know if it's really true. If it makes any sense.
I've been listening in. Sounds like you're on trial. We've all been there before, but this is different. Brainiac's system isn't as corruptible as ours, so you better play along. It sounds like they're trying to stack the jury. See if you can beat them at their own game.
All rise. The court will now be seated.
But yeah, again, the whole bonus thing, that was pretty messed up.
Yeah, I'm Kryptonian.
It's not surprising. We often see people wonder why executives would try to sabotage their own films sometimes. And sadly, sometimes their own... You have to understand that people in movie studios or TV studios have their own agendas. Yeah, usually they try to make a good job, but also they have other agendas than making a good movie or a good TV show.
Score one for the good guys.
Should we let our friend Batman grab the box? Oh yeah, let's do that.
All rise. The court will now be seated.
How'd you like this?
Critical damage. Damage sustained.
Sorry if I don't talk much. I'm a little hyper focused. Usually that happens. If I'm focused, I don't talk as much. Or if I'm playing, like I was playing the Batman Telltale game, and I wasn't talking much because I was busy myself watching the cinematics. So odds are I probably missed a whole bunch of your comments, but I'll try to make better next time.
This one's a job for Supergirl.
Stop your crying.
And Superman Returns, he looked crazy because he was a freaking pervert. He was like a peeping Tom or something. Like he was a stalker who was stalking Lois. He left her for 5 years and then he was surprised that she had a kid? Come on.
For justice.
Although it was weird how the kid technically was supposed to be 5 years old, but he looked more like he was 10.
time to hit things.
Try harder.
I'm not sure I would call Superman Returns a good movie. A creeper Superman who has to stalk and spy on Lois and his kid and his family and her family. It's like, come on.
Pardon my fist.
It was heartbreaking to see that's all they could think to do with Superman.
Yeah, I'm Kryptonian. Can you tell?
Systems Bull rush. Do you promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth,
I didn't pay attention. Did we get all the boxes?
The court will now be seated. Call yourself a threat. Out of my way! Do you promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you, Brainiac? Bull rush!
For justice.
Justice. Stop your crying.
Score one for the good guys.
Hello, Quan. No, I'm not lying to you, Rose.
All fugitives will be brought to justice.
How'd you like this?
And now fugitives will be brought to justice. You shall be judged harshly for your insubordination.
Oh, the black Spider-Man suit was in Spider-Man 3.
Stacking
Or do you mean
materials
something else?
we'll get away with in here, but that's always fun. Now it's time to take out those graviton emitters and get your movement powers back. They're on a single network.
That pool was fun for what it was, but yeah, it was a bit much. The way they've overhyped it.
Epic fail.
Spider-Man 2 was the one with Dr. Octopus, yes.
Bailiff has done his duty as an officer of this court. This trial is now ready to commence.
We'll keep playing the Batman game. I just didn't get the chance just yet.
Acts against Brainiac and his works.
These attorneys take things quite literally.
Well, Deadpool was fine for what it was, but I remember at the time I tried watching it a second time and it wasn't really rewatchable, I thought. Like it's fun the first time you watch it, but I wouldn't watch it more than once. Sadly, well, I didn't watch it more than once. I tried to watch it a second time, and about after half an hour, I couldn't watch it anymore.
This one's a job for Supergirl. I see you.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is pretty much not just the best Spider-Man film, but I would say one of the best superhero film we got ever.
For justice.
Yeah, I would agree with X2 being the best X-Men film. Although I did agree, I did enjoy X-Men First Class. And enjoy Days of Future Past was fine as well. But yeah, X2 has to be the best one. Ah, come on.
Score one for the good guys.
Winter Soldier was pretty good, yeah. I guess an argument could be made for Captain America Civil War, but then an argument could be made also that Captain America Civil War was more an Avengers film than a Captain America film.
Epic fail.
Objection! Badgering the witness.
Pardon my fists.
Try detective work.
Lois on Smallville was fine.
Whoops! Your face got in the way of my fist.
Non, le film Green Lantern aura jamais de suite malheureusement.
How'd you like this?
Terry Hatcher was fine. But I guess people remember her more for Desperate Housewife role than for Lois Lane.
It's not even fair, is it?
Hail is denied.
This one's a job for Supergirl.
On your feet, loser. Hail is denied.
Don't do that, Rose. We'll miss you. I'll miss you.
The Batman. Fail is denied. Enough.
I guess one of the reasons why Terry Hatcher is maybe not remembered as Lois Lane all that much is that Lois and Clark wasn't quite as popular as some of the other TV shows.
Fail is denied.
I see you. It's not even fair, is it?
Fail is denied. Time to bust some heads.
Yeah, I'm just told. Can you tell?
Fail is denied.
For the Superman Wonder Woman relationship, I would say no. It was a fan fiction thingy. Like it's something that a lot of fans would speculate about, but that's the kind of idea that should have remained in fan fiction territory. Sadly, as soon as creators like John Byrne started using it, Alex Ross started using it, then everyone started thinking about matching up Superman and Wonder Woman. And then we ended up with the new 52, where they got rid of the Lois and Clark relationship and tried to replace it with the Superman and Wonder Woman relationship, which, as we can see, didn't last.
You're going down.
Bail is denied.
Enough.
Bail is denied.
Epic fail.
The outcome looks grim for you. Proceed to my chamber.
Well, I'm not sure why Wonder Woman would have to be with either Batman or Superman. Imagine if oh, that last comment sounded dirty, so I won't say anything.
To my chambers, guards.
Not sure why people have to match superheroes together.
For justice.
On your feet, poser.
Whoops! Your face got in the way of my fist.
Oh no, I'm trapped. Thank you, Kilowog. I knew I could count on you.
This one's a job for Supergirl.
Yeah, ruined Felicity. That's another story. Lex from Smallville would have been awesome as Lex Luthor in the film. Non, non, t'as pas besoin de payer tous les mois. Une fois que tu achètes le Legal, t'as plus besoin de payer pour le Legal. Mais il y a des bonus. Si tu vas avoir les bonus que le Legal donne, oui, il faut payer à tous les mois du prestige. Oh.
Integrate the universes. Submit to Brainiac. This is a travesty of justice.
That wasn't too bad.
But to declare a mistrial.
Let's give a little bow to everyone. I hear something. Oh well. It was okay for what it was. How to make a Superman TV show on the cheap.
much longer we can... Guilty on all charges.
No! Your Honor!
All will become one with Brainiac or face the charges.
Like, it was the idea they had at the time to make a Superman TV show on the cheap so that they wouldn't need too much special effects. So their idea was that if we have Lois and Clark eat up most of the screen time, we only have Superman appear for 30 seconds in the show. So at best we have 30 seconds, a minute maybe of the episode that require some sort of special effects.
If anyone outside gets this message, there's still quite a few of us trapped inside the courthouse. It's been a rough few days, but the judge is trying to keep order. I'm sure we'll be fine if you can get to us soon.
Well, what's the saying that Two-Face was saying? If you live long in, either you die early or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. So I guess you could live long enough to see yourself become a statue. The Batman TV show had a pretty big impact on popular culture, not just on comics. So it and also pretty much since the Tim Burton Batman, Warner Brothers have been seeing Batman as a movie commodity. So for them, Batman is much more valuable as a movie property than it is as a TV property. So that's why sadly you won't see a Batman TV show other than animated Batman TV shows. That is, like we had the Batman animated series, we had we had actually a few Batman animated series. But sadly, for the people at Warner, Batman is a movie property for them. Ah, c'est ça mon personnage multiverse Hyperaxe. So let's see what else we got. So I think that's going to be it for now, guys. Unless if you guys have any questions, now's the time. We're reaching pretty much the end of the stream. Not as far as I can tell. Basically, what you can do is that when you see usually the big attacks that bosses will do will have like a little skull thingy, like a red skull above the boss. So when you see the red skull, usually that is the tell you need to know that there's a big attack coming up. Bah oui, Hyperaxe. So usually the big attack, the one shot attacks you'll see a red skull appear before that. You saw a lot of those today's and the various missions we played. But other than that, usually there are tells for one shots. I would have to see a specific fight to be able to show better examples. But usually there are tells for one shots. It could happen once in a while that one shots do come from nowhere or no apparent tells. But usually when that happened, like previously in the past, when I was playing on the PS3, there was a lot of attacks that would be one shot that would seem to come out of nowhere. I remember at the time I was playing Origin Crisis, and I remember when we were playing either Nexus or Paradox, we would see it. We would die in one shot, not knowing why. And then when I upgraded my PC and I started playing a bit more on PC at the time, I could actually see attacks that I didn't even know existed on PS3. Like I remember on PS3 sometimes people would say, "Be careful for the big ball of energy" or something like that, and I was like, what ball of energy? Because I wasn't seeing it. Somehow the PS3 wasn't rendering the some of the effects. But then when I played that very same mission on my brand new PC at the time, holy crap, I was seeing a whole bunch of stuff that I did not even know existed. Thanks, Jeffrey. Although it's not, I probably wouldn't need to buy a Batman base item pack for this base. Like I have a few bat caves that are a little better than that. Oh, let's try and see if we can visit one. Yeah, if they can, they'll make as many Batman films as they can until they figure out that they're not making enough money anymore. Is that the one? No. Oh, I'm missing a base. I'm so sad. But yeah, basically, Warner will want to do movies about character that are successful. And right now, Batman seems to be it. They had some success with Suicide Squad, but the success for Suicide Squad pretty much was thanks to the Joker, and in no small part Harley Quinn. Yeah, I think the actual Batcave that would be nice, but sadly, I don't think that will ever happen. But if they were to put the actual Batcave for sale as a base, I would be right there buying it. But sadly, until that happens, this is about as good as it can get. And when it comes to the Batcave, and also you can have the interactive bat signal. I love that thing. At high level, you can survive some one shots, but there are one shots that pretty much kill you no matter what level you are. Well, and when you play endgame content, obviously there's a lot of one shots in those endgame missions that can pretty much defeat you, sadly. I need to rearrange this bit. I hate that. A new layout would be a first step, but even if we could just get, let's see if we can. We need. I'm so sad. Anyway, so basically, if we could get there's a few maps that they could use and allow us to make bases with those. But then again, maybe it would require too much memory. Maybe it would require too much work from their part. Although the map already exists, all they would have to do is then add all the circles where we can actually put up the items. When are we going to have free episodes again? I don't think we are going to have free episodes again. We have free episodes in the sense that we have a free event every DLC now. Oh, I hear something. Like, let me. Basically, we have like the event tab. We have like the latest DLC for free, and that seems to be what they're going to do with every DLC from now on. So I don't think we'll ever go back to having free episodes. Although I could be wrong. They could decide to bring free episodes back. Bonne nuit, Hyperax. Well, yeah, right now it's only Earth 3, but I think that's what they're going to do from now on. Like whatever free stuff they're going to supply to free to play players, it's going to be the latest DLC. So right now it's still the Earth 3 event, and in a few weeks it should be the Deluge event. I wish we could rent the Batcave as a base, but sadly, not an option right now. Sorry, I'm a bit. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, I'm a bit surprised. So that's going to be it for now, guys, I think. Tomorrow, if you guys have any requests for tomorrow, basically YouTube will process this video. Once the video is done processing, it will be on YouTube forever. But if you guys have any requests for tomorrow, leave it in the comment section of this video when it's done processing, and I'll see what I can do about that. More Batman-based items would be nice, but sadly they've added Batman-based items, Flash-based items, and then they haven't really added. They've added the splash pack. It's true, but seeing how they've added so few of those base items, I guess it didn't sell as well as they hoped it would. But yeah, I wish we had more base items. But I wish we had more Batman base items. Although technically we did get more Batman base items with the bat signal we got, and even with Riddle with Crime, we had a few items that we could say were Batman related. Yeah, it would be great. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.